Hey, John.
Oh, hey, how we doing?
Good. We are back in Sacramento for World's Strongest Man.
Oh, yes, we are.
What year is this for Knaack?
This is going on our 5th year at World's Strongest Man.
What were our other events?
First year we ended up doing the Knaack deadlift, followed by a carry medley the next year. I think then we did the deadlift again, followed by one more medley last year, and this year something completely different.
What are we doing?
The first time in World's Strongest Man history, a Zerker carry, and we're also doing a hoist lift, which is our first hoist lift, World's Strongest Man first hoist lift in going on over 40 years.
Why did we decide to do a carry and hoist event this year?
For the Zerker carry, I know Colin Bruce has been pushing that for the last few years. He wanted to see something new, something that hasn't been done before. And I've been pushing for the hoist carry because, again, I haven't seen it in 40 years, and I just thought it'd be so cool seeing one of our boxes slowly lifted into the air by one of these athletes.
What was the process in creating the system like?
These guys are so strong, so tall, and the towers can only go so high. So what happens is when people do a lot of these hoist carries, they can get it done in 5 seconds. So what we did was we created a hoist mechanism or a lever mechanism that makes it so every pole, 2 feet of pole, is 1 foot of travel of the box, which means they're going to get twice the distance that any other event, hoist event out there.
What was the weirdest challenge you ran into when creating this event?
Again, the hoist, what we don't want to happen is when the strongman let go of the rope, the whole thing comes crashing down on the ground, boxes fly down, super dangerous. What we wanted to do was make it so when the strongman let go, the rope would immediately stop where it's going. So hand over hand, they can let go, reposition, and pull. Hardest part was creating the mechanism for that.
Let's go check this out.
You got it.
How much does the system weigh?
So this one is going to be just over 550 pounds. This is the Zerker carry, where I believe they're either pulling it, I think, 50 feet or 100 feet. They're picking it up and carrying it and running with it. Mind-blowing, these athletes can pick this up and run with it. So the hoist is going to be 300 pounds.
If you had to sum up this mechanism in one word, what would it be?
Elaborate.
Which two strongman, past or present, would you like to see go head-to-head on the Knaack carry and hoist?
Oh, that's easy. Eddie Hall and Pushkanowski. Pushkanowski is one of the fastest strongmen, and Eddie Hall is probably one of the top strongest competitors, especially in his deadlift when he was in his prime. And Pushkanowski in his prime was one of the fastest. So I would love to see that. The beast versus the speed, especially after their big fight. I'd love to see a rematch.
What's the biggest compliment an athlete could give you about the carry and hoist?
It worked.
How do you balance safety with spectacle when building this event?
So fortunately, a lot of these events they've been doing them for years and years and years. So what we had to do is just figure out how to make these giant boxes not in the way of the athletes. It was pretty straightforward. The only part we had to do was just make sure that, honestly, we kept the sharp edges, the corners, the heavy weights away from the athletes as much as possible for their safety.
Who tested this before we got to California?
I was actually the one who tested it. I could not pick up this guy with the extra weight loaded into it, but I could move the hoist about 3 inches. Now keep in mind, these guys are going to be moving at about 50, 60 feet. So for time, a lot more impressive than anything I could do.
What's something the audience should pay attention to when watching the Knaack carry and hoist?
So the higher up this gets, the harder it's going to get because of the angle of the rope. So the further the rope is from being parallel, the harder the weight is going to be to pull. So if someone's starting out fast, other person has an opportunity for catching up, the other athlete.
What is one hidden detail in the design that most people won't notice, but you're proud of?
This mechanism right here, I have to show you this. This mechanism right here, we designed completely from scratch. The rope can go in and it immediately catches as soon as the strongmen let go. This is us. We came up with this idea from scratch. I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of my engineering team that they were able to come up with such a brilliant, robust mechanism in such a short time and actually get it running, tested, and working. all in time for the competition.
Which athlete that's competing this year, who do you think is going to take this event?
Definitely Tom Stoltzman. I think his poles are absolutely amazing. The man's so damn tall that just while the other athletes are going to be doing 10, 12 poles, I think he can do it in 8.